What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans stand up. And today I want to start a new series. And this series is going to feature a lot of Cowboys players who I think can really take a leap in this upcoming season. Like, listen, y'all, I know we lost to Green Bay. I know y'all don't like that Micah Parsons has a podcast. And I know that y'all think that Dan Quinn only like, I know all these little things that has been getting under Cowboys fans' skin. But at the end of the day, it's time to get back to football, y'all. So on this channel specifically, I can't speak for nobody else. We are getting back to film. We are getting back to football. The Cowboys didn't do much in the offseason, right? But now it's time to find ways that the ingredients that we have in-house, we can still cook with, man. And one of the guys that I'm excited to see take a leap next year is Demarvion Overshown. We were pretty much robbed last year of not getting the ability to see O play last year. And out of Texas, when I scouted him last year, right? Very versatile player. A lot of people don't understand. He played safety at the University of Texas. So he was one of those safety converted to linebackers because that's the new trend of football, whether you want to hear it or not, right? But he's a lot bigger than a Marquise Bell. He's 6'2", 230 pounds, ran a 4.5, I think, in the combine. And the thing that I like the most about he did the bench press, man. He did the bench press. You know, when I'm scouting prospects, do the bench press, man. You're a football player. Get up under the bar. So what I want to do is revisit some of his film prior to the injury, but also go back to his time at the University of Texas. So the thing that you'll notice about that really stood out to me, even back when I scouted him at Texas, was he's always pursuing and flowing to the ball. And you'll see him very first play, lined up in preseason. Now, I know you're going to say, this is preseason, Tuck. What does it matter? Well, these are starters out here, right? These are starters. That's Trevor Lawrence out there. That's Travis Etienne. These are starters. And for those of you who think that Dan Quinn doesn't like linebackers, who are our starting linebackers? Y'all point to Marquise Bell out there for me. Y'all see Marquise Bell out there? Nope. You have Demarvion Overshown right there. Right, you have Damone Clark right there. You got my guy Wanye right there. Marquise Bell is not even out there on the field. So for all the people who's like, Dan Quinn just wanted safeties at linebackers, starting preseason, we had two linebackers, and O was playing middle linebacker and also playing weak side linebacker, but I digress, right? But the thing that really stood out about him is he's always flowing to the ball. And what do I always tell you guys on this channel? As a linebacker, that's where you make your money at. You make your money at the football, right? And O is constantly flowing to the ball. Good pursuit angles, good hips, can turn and run. He's very fluid. Now, here's what I'll say, Cowboys Nation. Me personally, I'm not going to hold him to being what he was prior to the injury because I think that's unfair. But I just want to break down the player prior to the injury to show what the potential upside is there if he returns to who he was prior to the injury. But I'm not going to say he's going to come out, very first game and be this player that he was prior to the injury. It's probably going to take him some time. But from what I've been hearing in the house, I mean, he looks like he's been in the yard, man. He's been doing his push-ups, man. You know what I'm saying? He put on some size. O has been putting in work, and I think that he's healing good from his ACL injury. But like I said, I'm not going to put that on him that he's going to be instantly back. It's probably going to take him some time. But if he gets back to where he was, the thing that you'll notice about he is a downhill wrecking machine, and you'll see that here on this play. So instantly, I think he's going to help on the run, right? I know there's been a lot of conversations about, should Micah Parsons play linebacker, and, we wanted Peyton Wilson or Edgerrin Cooper, right? But I feel like my guy O can definitely give us those Micah Parsons-ish traits at the second level, right? So if Zim wants to kind of have a guy who's fluid sideline to sideline that can come down and wreck a game, O can definitely give you that ability. Then you toss in Kendricks, and you also toss in Maris, who kind of has some of those same traits. Our linebacker room, our linebacker core has been sped up drastically. And if you guys know me, you guys know I'm a linebacker guy. I like linebackers that can move, come downhill, and is not afraid to hit. Demarvion Overshown is definitely one of those guys. Now, one of the struggles that I saw with Overshown, even at the NFL level, and even going back to college, right? But this happens with a lot of linebackers. It's just natural, right? Is when he gets engaged with some of these blockers, he has struggles sometimes getting these players' hands off of him, right? But this is going to be coached up. This is going to come with time. But like you said, sometimes these offensive linemen, man, it's the jaws of death. And they get their hands on those big old paws we're always talking about, right? It's hard to disengage. So I think the more reps that he gets, He's going to know how to slip those blockers, move a little bit more fluidly, and once he gets those hands on them from his offensive tackles and guards, he'll be able to swipe and get those off of him. And I think just with the additional size, it's definitely going to add some value. But the thing that I also liked about like I said, y'all, he was a safety, so he's going to be a guy that can come in and cover some of these tight ends. You put him on wide receivers depending on the matchup, right? But I think he's fluid enough to do that. But you'll see him in coverage right here, and he's going to take away this inside slant. So he has good coverage IQ. I think that's one of his strongest qualities if you go back to college. But you'll see him, this inside slant right there. This is where T-Law is going, right there. But O is already on it. O is on it. He's going to force Trey Lawrence to get backside. Now, of course, he's going to drag all the way across and it's over, and so hit the touchdown, right? But like I said, we're not focused about the overall defensive scheme. We're focusing just on O. So just that sense of awareness, okay, boom, pick off the slant, make them get backside. Hopefully my pass rushers can get there because it was like 4th and 2, right? So you want to hold them to the markers. So good awareness from O on that play right there. And then once again, just that downhill ability is what I love about O, man. He's coming downhill. Once he sees it, he's not afraid to get dirty. Like I said, he's not a smaller guy. I know people think of him, since he was a converted safety, as a smaller linebacker. Now is he 245 and 2? No, but he's big enough. He's kind of stout for his build. So when he comes downhill, he can definitely tackle. Now in college, he had a high missed tackle rate, but I'm not really too concerned about that because sometimes, and we'll see this in upcoming film clips, it's just him being overly revved up. But like I said, he plays with reckless abandon, and you can see that in this play right here. He's just coming downhill. Like he's just coming downhill, just causing chaos, which I definitely like from my linebackers, man. He's shot out of a cannon. He's shot out of a cannon. And the one thing about he's always going to give it 100%. I mean, if you go back to even the preseason, like he was like a team captain, like he was leading the huddles. Like I think that's going to translate over into his, I'm calling it rookie season, right? So I'm thinking of O as more of a rookie, even though his sophomore year, right? I think that's going to transition well of him kind of being a shot plug, a shot in the arm, electricity shot to our defense. And that guy's going to be a vocal leader out there to get everyone in order and get them revved up. But you'll see right here him dropping in coverage, and you watch him drop in coverage, right? So he's able to turn his hips, right? That's some of that safety ability. But once he sees and recognizes, watch how fast he comes downhill, y'all. I'm not speeding this up or anything, right? Coming downhill, he's on it, man. He's sensing, he's on it. So he can drop in coverage, but he also has great closing speed. So I'm excited to see Demarvion Overshown at the NFL level, especially for a full season, because we was robbed, Cowboys Nation, last year, because he can do a lot of different things. I know a lot of people talk about Marquise Bell and J-Ron Curse, but I think the Cowboys really had plans for this kid, and unfortunately that injury was there. But look at this, man. Closing up, and he plays with force. He plays with force. He loves collision. He doesn't shy away from it. Right. Revved up, man. He is revved up, and he stays on go. Now, here's another knock, right? I think that when it comes to O, sometimes his reckless abandon, him being revved up, can be used against him. So sometimes he'll over pursue. He'll come downhill just a little too heavy, get lost in the shuffle a little bit. And even if you go back to college, right, that was one of the knocks that I had on him as well, is that sometimes he's a little bit too revved up. But I think, at the level, once he gets more reps, gets more coached up, things are going to slow down for him. And when things slow down for O, I think that's when things really going to get scary. But you see that same play versus Alabama here, going back to college. Yeah, Tuck got college film on these players too, man. Because I'll be in my bag, right? But overall, like I said, man, the fight, the effort, the will, the want, you never have to question about Demarvion Overshown. Is he giving the effort? You'll see that on the screenplay right here. Taking on these screen blockers, but still fighting to secure the tackle, right? So that's what I like to see, man. I like to see effort. You guys know I'm an effort guy. That's what really jumps off on the screen for me personally is, are you going to fight? Are you going to battle, right? And there's a lot of different things out there, man. And when it comes to some of these players, you're not really seeing effort on go all the time. You're not seeing it all the time. But when it comes to O, man, he's always flowing to the ball. He's always fighting. He's always scrapping. He's trying to make a play, and I definitely love that. And this was the play that, scouting him at Texas that jumped out of my seat, because you guys know I'm a huge Anthony Hill fan who played with Demarvion Overshown. This play right here, it sums it all up. If Overshown gets back to this, And this is the Overshown we get back to, bro. It's curtains. It is curtains, man. Look at that pursuit. Reckless abandon, hard-hitting linebacker / hybrid safety that can cover, turn sideline to sideline, but also knock your damn head off. That's Demarvion Overshown. I'm excited to see O recover from his injury, and I think he's going to add a huge boost to our linebacker core, man. It's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. Turn on the notification bell because we got a lot more players that we're going to talk about that's currently in the Cowboys uniform that I think is going to help us out next year that I'm excited to watch, man. So you definitely don't want to miss out. I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged, and, man, give this kid number 0, Rowdy. Peace.